What's up, everyone? So today, this video is going to be about the solar plexus, and I want to give a little overview on what the solar plexus symbolizes. So in Sanskrit, the word for solar plexus is manipura. Manipura means lustrous gem. Another word for lustrous is bright. Another word for gem would be like a jewel or a star, something that's shining on your neck. So this is a bright star. This is going to be your unique internal guidance system, because we all have a solar plexus and we all have an internal guidance system and an inner flame that is meant to guide us on our path. This is one of the spots in our body where we actually feel that fuel and passion and fire for life. This is what's going to fuel us to conquer our goals and our ambitions and actually live our purpose and have the courage to make a difference in this world and to take action towards what we desire. Since the solar plexus, the element is fire, the planets that are associated with this is going to be the sun and Mars. The sun is authentic expression, creative expression, shining your light, never dimming your light, shining your light, being the light worker or the healing being that you know that you are, being confident in who you are, being confident in your unique creative expression. And then Mars is going to also be the fire and the passion and the fuel that gives you that drive and energy towards being yourself, towards taking action, towards facing your fears when it comes to living your purpose and fulfilling your desires. So in this video, I want to talk about how not taking action, not being social, and basically isolating yourself is more so harming you than it is helping you. And I'm going to show you in this video how you can recharge your energy and how having a better mindset on being social is going to help you have and strengthen your self-confidence towards actually knowing your self-worth and taking action towards your dreams. So within the solar plexus, it's going to be connected to this part of your spine. And the plexus is going to be the weaving of nerve endings that are connected to the spine, and they will connect to your digestive system, your liver, your stomach, your pancreas, and anything that's your gallbladder, and anything that's associated to your digestive system, like your small intestines. These are all of the chakras, or the 7 main chakras that we do have, and the solar plexus is going to be located right here, which is going to be in between your sternum and your navel, so above the sacral chakra. So the feelings that you can have associated with your solar plexus are going to be things like anger, rage, joy, enthusiasm about life, assertiveness, self-confidence, a desire, drive, gut feeling, social anxiety, like the butterflies in your stomach. So if you have anger, that's going to be stored within your liver, and that can weaken your liver if you do not allow yourself to express and easily feel anger, because that is what makes up a healthy solar plexus. If you have butterflies, that's going to be associated with your stomach. You have butterflies when you first meet someone, or you have like these gut feelings about somebody, that's going to be associated with your internal guidance system. And then the social anxiety, that feeling that you have within your stomach. When I have social anxiety, I feel it here in my solar plexus. The element and the planets that are associated with the solar plexus is fire. Fire is what fuels your digestion. Acidic juices in your stomach are symbolized by fire of the solar plexus. So each of our organs has its own energy system. Just like our body has a soul, I feel like each of our organs have their own soul or their own aura. So the solar plexus is going to be the aura or the soul or the energy point of your digestive system. And it's going to be that fire, depending on how well you digest food. So if you have a really good digestive system, you have really good stomach juices, you can't really eat spicy foods because spicy foods is associated with the element of fire, or acidic foods because acidic foods are also associated with the element of fire. You want to have more cooling foods to balance that fieriness within you. But if you have a weak solar plexus and you have social anxiety, odds are you're going to have a smaller or a weaker fire within your energy system. And you may have digestive issues. You may become constipated, and you may need to eat spicy foods and acidic foods. As we talked about before, each chakra can have a balance or an imbalance. So with an imbalance, you can have an overactive chakra or you can have an underactive chakra, meaning you can have too much fire of the solar plexus, or your fire and your flame is very weak. What would make your flame and your fire very weak inside is suppressing your emotions, being passive aggressive, avoiding controversy, and basically shutting down when shit hits the fan, not being able to express your anger easily, not being able to express your emotions easily. Eventually, it'll result to violence. You're no longer able to control it. You're storing all of your anger in your liver, and it's weakening your liver, and it's also weakening your self-confidence. It's not making you confident because you're not standing up for yourself and expressing your anger and your authentic emotions outward, because the solar plexus needs to push out, needs to be masculine, it needs to express. So this can also make someone easily triggered as well. Another imbalance is low self-esteem. So when you have low self-esteem, you're basically lacking the self-confidence to be your authentic self. You feel like you have to wear a social mask, and this is why people have social anxiety, and this is why people's social batteries run out, and they have a better time recharging in their alone time because they're not allowing themselves to express their energy outward during social interactions. They're more so taking in other people's energy and suppressing their own flame and their own energy from being expressed. And that takes a lot more energy to suppress your flame than to let it be expressed and open and authentic, basically opening and being vulnerable to criticism and judgment. When we are being authentic to ourselves and we get criticized and judged for that, me personally, I feel a rush of energy. It may feel a little uncomfortable because I'm not used to being authentic and letting that flame burn inside of me. At the end of the day, when I know that I was being authentic, and I know that that means that they don't actually fuck with the real me. Now, if I were to be judged and criticized while being inauthentic, then I would feel down about myself. I would lack confidence because I wasn't really honoring myself and my true expression. And then on top of that, I was being judged and criticized. So I didn't have that energy force to protect me from someone attacking me, basically. So like if someone attacks you while you're being your authentic self, you're not going to feel it as much because you're projecting that fire outward. And that fire is what's going to burn and disintegrate anything that's being thrown at you. And this is why people that are their authentic selves and that are extroverted don't give a fuck what people think about them, is because they genuinely don't, because they're being their authentic selves. They are strengthening that fire and that flame that's going to protect their aura and protect their integrity. What I'm saying is the more you isolate yourself, the more you're going to basically lose out on energy. Because think about it, when you're being authentic and you're socializing with someone and you guys are talking about something that lights you up, that makes you feel passionate inside, that sparks a sense of creativity inside of you, you guys are going to feed off of each other's energy, validate each other's viewpoints, and validate who each other is through that social and positive interaction. And therefore, that's going to give you more energy to go out, more fire and more fuel and more desire to go out and have the confidence to accomplish your goals and your ambitions. But if you're always like by yourself and you're not authentic around others, and you feel like the best way to recharge is by yourself, you're not really going to feel confident being yourself around other people, because you're not practicing the art of being your authentic self around others. You have to practice in order to get good at being your authentic self. Another imbalance is like always second guessing your intuition. When your mind or whatever you hear inside is telling you to go do something, or before you go do it, you kind of question, you're like, should I turn here? Should I go here? Should I do this? And you're kind of asking for that outside validation from someone. You're basically diminishing your own power. You're giving your power away. You're letting someone else dictate your direction when you have an internal compass that you need to exercise more and strengthen by actually using it instead of giving your power away and letting someone else direct you in life. Another thing is seeking constant validation. So a lot of the times when someone is seeking validation, it is because they're not validating themselves. They don't validate their authentic selves. A lot of times this comes from the type of childhood that you had. Maybe people didn't, like your parents didn't necessarily accept, a lot of us, they didn't accept us for being our authentic self. When we had rage, we had anger, we got criticized and in trouble for expressing that anger. And then we also had to give our power away to the adults in our lives because they were the ones that were taking care of us. Families that were brought up differently weren't able to necessarily show us how to strengthen our solar plexus and to be authentic and own who we are and be confident in who we are. One is depression. So when you're depressed, it's because you're not taking action towards what you authentically want. You're not taking action being who you authentically are. You're stuck. You're forcing yourself to be stuck. So when you have these creative sparks and you don't follow them, you don't follow through with them, you become depressed because you're not balancing out your life. Because a lot of the times, most of us, we work a job that we don't like and we feel depressed in it. But if we were taking action towards what we actually do want, towards the goals and ambitions and the things that fuel our fire within, then we wouldn't feel depressed. Depressed is just a result of inaction, not living an authentic life. Like your soul is literally unhappy. Your inner child is literally unhappy because you're not living your purpose. And if you want to figure out what your purpose is and how you can live through your purpose, email me in the link below. And yeah. Okay. Lack of discipline. When you tell yourself that you're going to go to the gym or you make these New Year's resolutions and you never follow through with them, it's basically like promising your child or your inner child that you're going to take them to the park and then you don't. Like, think about how disappointed your inner child or your actual child would feel about that if you're keep making these promises that you're not keeping for yourself. That is what we do to ourselves almost every day. We tell ourselves, oh, I'm going to start this business. Oh, I'm going to start this podcast. Or, oh, I'm going to start learning this instrument or going to the gym or being more healthy. But then we don't do it because we always get the chance to do it. There's always time and thoughts and being reminded of what we need to do. It's just a matter of if we're going to do it or not. So when we don't do it, we don't have the discipline to go to the gym, to get up in the morning. We don't have the discipline of not owning, but following through with our word that we keep to ourselves, or the word or the promises that we make to ourselves. That is going to result in a crumbling of your self-confidence, because then you will not trust yourself. If you make broken promises to yourself, you will not trust yourself. And if you do not trust yourself, you will not trust your internal guidance system. Your internal guidance system in the solar plexus is what is connecting you to God, to your higher self, to following your purpose. You have to take these actions and follow these creative sparks in order to be on your highest timeline, to connect with your highest self and to be fulfilled and lit up with passion and magnetic, because people are definitely going to be magnetic if you're a confident person. They're going to respect you because they don't want to get burned. Okay. Setting boundaries with yourself and setting boundaries with other people. And basically, if you're not setting boundaries, you're giving your power away. And when you give your power away, you're going to attract people that like to take power, that are power hungry, that like to dominate over others and control over others. The more boundaries you set, the more you will be respected even if you are near or with an individual that is power hungry or likes to take people's power, they won't be able to do that because you're not allowing them to do that, because you have the self-confidence. You're able to assert yourself into a situation. You're able to speak up for yourself authentically, speak up about your needs, because the solar plexus is what's going to fuel the confidence for you to speak, the confidence for you to speak from your heart in particular. What is it that you attract when you have an imbalanced solar plexus? Say, for example, you suppress your anger. You can attract someone who is quick-tempered, who is quick to get angry, who is quick to blow up and be volatile over the smallest things. And then you can also attract relationships where you guys basically disrespect each other. You guys are violent. You argue all the time, and it's just not a good situation. You can attract friendships that are always full of drama. You guys are arguing, saying things that piss each other off, and it's always an on and off relationship type of thing going on. You can feel deep feelings of betrayal and rage, and it's not even that you feel these deep feelings towards this one person. Basically, all of the anger and the shit that you suppress from a young child is going to come up through these relationships, and it can cause a lot of problems if you don't know how to regulate your emotions and express your anger safely. So another thing that you can attract is energy vampires and people that are power hungry. If you like to dim your light and you like to give your power away, you're going to attract people who like to dim other people's lights and who like to take other people's power. You're going to attract people who are going to bully you, basically. You may also attract people that are flaky, or people who basically try to cross your boundaries because you have weak boundaries within yourself. You may attract people who make broken promises to you, people who don't commit to you, have any type of discipline when it comes to you, because you don't have any discipline within yourself. You're flaky on yourself. You don't show up for yourself. You tell yourself you're going to do something, you're going to wake up in the morning and do this, and then you don't do it. Now, the key to this is having unconditional love and unconditional acceptance of yourself and others, because that's what we're going to need. That's the mindset we're going to need to have when we're working through our traumas and our fears and our anger. It's not always going to be perfectly like that. You're not always going to have that type of consciousness, but if you actively and intentionally have it, it'll get easier and easier for you to be more accepting of yourself and of others, because no one's going to be perfect. So now let's talk about, what does a balanced solar plexus look like? So if it's balanced, you have a healthy mindset and mentality around social interaction. You don't look at it as something that you have to do. You don't look at it as a chore. You don't feel like you have to be someone you're not. You don't feel like you have to impress anybody. You don't feel like you have to prove anything to anybody. You just are your authentic self because you love and accept yourself. You follow through with your word. You trust yourself and trust what comes out of your mouth, and trust that, the people that are meant to be with you or meant to have a friendship or a business partnership with you, they will be attracted to you, and you guys will be able to coexist and co-create. Another thing is feeling joy and feeling enthusiastic about life. Like, a lot of times we get up and we dread waking up because we're living a life that's not authentic to us. If you're living a life that brings you joy, that lights you up, that gives you that fire and that passion, you're going to be happy with your reality. You're going to be joyful and enthusiastic about life, even the unknown. You'll even embrace the unknown because you trust in yourself. You trust in your guidance. You trust in your intuition. You trust in your internal light that's going to guide your direction. So having that self-worth and confidence to go after your goals, knowing that you deserve a better life, that you deserve to be around better people, you deserve to be around people that respect you, that see you, and that hear you, that's an indicator of having a balanced solar plexus. You're able to set boundaries. You're able to set boundaries with others, not to a point to where you're closed off and you don't allow yourself to be vulnerable, but to the point where you don't allow people to disrespect you. You remove yourself from the situation. If someone's not respecting your boundaries, you remove yourself from the situation. You first confront them about it, but you don't waste any more energy or any more time saying the same thing over and over again. You just completely remove yourself from the situation and move on with your life. And that's going to help you attract healthy relationships as well, because people can feel that on you. They can feel that you respect yourself. They can feel that you have a sense of self-worth, and they're not even going to try you. They're not even going to test you. And I know this from experience, and I'm going to explain the things that I did to change my reality to reflect a healthy solar plexus. Attracting business opportunities. When you're confident and you trust your inner guidance and you trust the opportunities that come your way, you trust yourself, you're going to in turn trust these people. You may not give all of your trust to them because you're smarter than that, but you're going to basically, and you're also self-assertive and you're also confident, then the business partner and the business deals that you do close are not going to be one-sided. They're going to be equal, because you're going to have the boundaries and the self-worth to ask for what you want in the business deal. You're going to get what you deserve. You're going to get what you believe you deserve, and you're not going to get effed over. Another thing is you're going to attract miracles. When God sees that you trust him and you trust your internal guidance, and you trust your desires and you follow those creative aspirations, you're going to attract basically what it's going to seem like is miracles into your life. You're going to attract situations and things that's further going to fuel your internal guidance system, give you that confidence, give you that self assertion, and and affirm basically that you're moving in the right direction. Another thing is you're going to gain immense clarity. You're going to just know, and you're not going to be so hung up on the unknown, because a part of having clarity is not being so hung up on the things that you don't know, because what you're clear about is you don't know what you don't know, right? And you know what you know. So you won't be so hung up and so fearful on what you don't know, and you're going to be focused on what you do know, that you're going to embrace the unknown. Because when you embrace the unknown, that is how you gain more clarity. If we don't take action towards our goals or take action towards any of the creative sparks that we get, we're never going to gain clarity. We're never going to know. It's always going to be a what if, because we're too scared to take a risk, basically, because we don't trust ourselves. So let's talk about what you can do to have a more strengthened internal fire, a strengthened solar plexus system. Number one is breath work. When you do breath work, or sometimes they call it the breath of fire or dragon's breath, you're adding fuel to your internal guidance or your fire within. If you think about it, to start a fire and to keep a fire going, you have to blow into it. You have to blow oxygen into it. And that's what helps make it become greater. So when you do breath work, like breath of fire and rapid breathing, that's what breath of fire is rapid breathing. It's going to help fuel that fire, that solar plexus. It's going to activate that energy within you. It's going to get you pumped and ready to take on your day. Another one is running or jogging, because when you're running and jogging, basically sometimes it's mind over matter. If your body gets tired but you still tell yourself that you can do it, and you keep running and you keep running and you keep hitting these checkpoints in your path, that's going to further affirm your self-confidence, and it's going to show you that you can push past your mental beliefs and your mental blockages. When you show yourself that you can push past your mental beliefs and your blockages during your running, that's also going to show up in other areas of your life. That's going to trickle down into other areas of your life. You're going to be more apt to accept challenges and obstacles that come your way. And also with the jogging, it also provokes breath of fire, because you're having rapid breathing while you're running. So that was one that I used that actually gave me the confidence to go into the gym, because I had really bad anxiety. I didn't want to go to the gym. It took me like 3 years to finally step foot into the gym. And what helped me do that was going to run in the forest and pushing myself and blatantly and intentionally telling myself, because I knew, but telling myself, you can do this. You got this. You can do this. You got this. And then I would keep running, and I'd show myself, yeah, I can do this. I can push past my mental beliefs. If you do want to get over your social anxiety, I would sign up for something called group training. So instead of having like a personal trainer or going to the gym by yourself and not knowing what the hell you're doing, sign up for group training, because they're going to hold you accountable to get up in the morning and go to the gym. So that's going to be self-discipline. You're also going to be engaging with other people that are going to, it's going to be like a sense of teamwork, being a part of a team. If you never really played sports, you don't really know what it's like to be a part of a team and to have that external validation from your tribe around you when it comes to physical activity and pushing past your mental beliefs, because as an athlete, you have to push past a lot of mental beliefs, and that's why they gain a lot of respect and confidence from doing sports, because it's a lot of self-discipline. Group training, if you look up a gym, see if they have the group training option, because that's what helped me get into the gym and figure out how to use these equipments and feel more comfortable as a whole being in a gym setting around other people. Because you'll realize when you go to the gym, people really don't care what you look like. People don't care like necessarily what you're doing. If you're being genuine, like everyone there is just there to work on themselves, to better themselves, to push past their mental blockages. Like everyone there, we're all going through pretty much the same thing. We can all relate to each other through our intentions and why we're going to the gym. And it's a positive atmosphere. It's a positive thing. No one is judging you. Like people are going to, if anything, encourage you. Another one is like taking action, following your intuition. Make a habit of not second guessing yourself. Like literally just do it. Like if you have a thought in your mind to do something, or a thought in your mind to say something, or an urge to stand up for yourself, just do it and see how your reality literally changes, how you literally jump on a different timeline, a timeline that's closer to your higher self. Because we are here, the people that want to better themselves and make the world a better place, we are here to shake shit up. We are here to make people feel uncomfortable. We are here to step on toes. Like we just are. We're here to break down structures and form new ones, form new and better ones. We're here to inspire people. Take action, take inspired action. If you have the urge, if someone is treating you poorly, you need to speak up for yourself. If somebody is talking your head off, say, oh, okay, I gotta go. Thank you. Nice talking to you. It's like interrupt them in mid-sentence. Like literally don't waste no time sitting there listening to people, unless it's like someone that you look up to and respect and want to be in their shoes or something like that. But if it's just someone that's like draining your energy, just dead it. And then like on the more spiritual side, meditation, visualizing a golden sun within your body, visualizing a golden sun encompassing your digestive organs, visualizing yourself taking action towards your goals, visualizing yourself being confident, making affirmations that affirm that you're confident, that affirm that you have self-worth, that you're worthy of the life that you want to live, that you're worthy of being the person that you want to become to make the world a better place. Ooh, another one that'll really add some self-worth to you and make you feel worthy of being your authentic self is volunteering. It doesn't matter what it is. Volunteer at an animal shelter, volunteer for homeless people, volunteer for at a soup kitchen, volunteer to pick up trash, volunteer elderly people. It's best, the more social interaction you get, the better. And being around people that want to do things that you like to do and making friends with people that are also volunteering is a good sign. That's a good place to make friends, is when you're volunteering. Basically just doing service just for the hell of it, not doing it because you want to people please, not doing it because you're afraid to say no, not doing it because you want something in return. Like literally just doing it out of the service and out of helping someone, out of the kindness of your heart, and not wanting anything back, like not giving a fuck about any of that, because you know that regardless of what you do for someone, you're always going to get it back in some way. Volunteering, that is a good way to add some self-worth and fuel the fire within you. That's an awesome way to do that, to have self-confidence and self-assertion. Journaling about what triggers you, journaling about what makes you angry, journaling about why you're so angry, what happened in your childhood that made you feel the way that you do. Why do you have these relationships? Why do you continue to let yourself be in these relationships make you not feel good about yourself? Why do you continue not taking action towards your goals and being depressed and sitting around all day and wondering like why you're not happy? Just anything. But be good, be gentle, and be kind with yourself. Be like, when you do this from an unconditional, loving perspective. And I keep slapping the microphone, so sorry in advance for people who are hearing me slap the microphone. Just doing things like that, that's going to help you gain clarity. That's going to help you really sit with your emotions, and that's going to help you realize and become self-aware of the patterns that you continuously find yourself in, so you can break those patterns. And then another one is for people who feel a sense of anger and rage. They have things called a rage room. The rage room, you can look it up in your city. If you're already a violent person, I honestly don't feel like that's a good thing for you to do. I feel like as someone who's a violent person and can get out of control, I feel like it's best for you to go do something more structured. Maybe doing archery or throwing the axe. Throwing the axe might be fun. I've never done that. Also, what I do want to do is like kickboxing or martial arts, because you want to channel that energy into something constructive. You want to channel that energy into something that's more disciplined, something that's going to make you feel good about yourself, something that's going to make you feel more self-confident. You can do things like that. Also, working out and lifting, that helps you get rid of any stress or any anger or any frustration that you have within you. Doing pushing and pulling movements and, beating the bag up, that's going to help you feel more at ease and emotionally regulated. So if there's any other ways that you guys emotionally regulate or get out your anger or anything, please share it in the comments below. But yeah, thank you for watching my video. Please like and subscribe, share with anyone that you think needed to hear this. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok. And if you want to book a call with me, you can look on the link below. You can either email me or you can sign up with an appointment on Calendly, and we can talk about if you're ready to transform your life, because solar plexus and the fire element is all about transformation, transforming yourself into being a better version of yourself. So if you want to become a better version of yourself and have an inner glow up, definitely get in contact with me and we can figure out if you're a good fit for me and if I'm a good fit for you.